So a lot of times we'll want leaders or MLeaders that allow us to have an arrow and some text that are linked. So if we need to move it, it's easy to move. To do so, we'd use what are called leaders or MLeaders, multi-line leaders. We can find those on the Annotate tab and the Leaders panel. And there'll be a multi-leader style here. There can be different types of multi-leaders in a drawing, and we can see them using the little arrow button, and that'll open up a dialog box where we could have a list of them. Right now it's standard. If we had multiple styles in the drawing, we could use set current to set the MLeader style that we want to use to be current. In this case, I'm just going to use the standard one because that's the only one in this drawing. I can then press the multi-leader button, and at the command line, it's going to ask me, where do I want my arrowhead to be located at? And I'm going to use the shift right-click menu to use nearest, the nearest object snap. And that's going to allow me to snap to one of my crosswalks. And then I can move my dialog box or my MLeader point to a different point and then type in the value of text that I want. So this is going to be the 8-inch crosswalk stripe. Now I notice it's really small. And it's really small because the scale isn't appropriate. So right now the overall scale is 1. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I really want my text to come in at the right scale for my 1 inch equals 20 drawing. So if yours isn't coming in like mine is, you can always go back to the styles and use modify. And this controls how everything is inserted into the drawing and how it's displayed for the style. So I want to go to the leader structure tab, and I want to scale the multi-leaders to layout. So it's going to take whatever my annotation scale is, and instead of using 1, it's going to scale it to the appropriate value. In this case, 20. So let's try that again. So I'm going to do nearest. And now I can see that the arrow is big as well as the leader. And I can type in the value again. And whatever description that I want. You can always modify the grip location or the MLeader location by modifying the grips. So I can click on the square grip and move it to another location. If I want the landing or the landing to be a little bit longer, I can always click on the arrow and make it smaller or bigger. And then this grip also moves it. You can also move the grip on the arrow to move it to a different location. You can change the landing distance in the AutoCAD properties by selecting the object, the MLeader, and then changing the landing distance. So once I type in a value there, I can see it gets reflected in plan view. And you can change any of the values. So oftentimes I'll have 2 things that I want to label with one MLeader. And it's really simple to do that. You can click on the MLeader, right click, and choose Add Leader. You can also find the Add Leader button on the Annotate tab of the ribbon under Leaders. So I'm going to use the one on the right click. It's then going to allow me to have a rubber band, and I can shift right click and do nearest, and then add another leader and add as many as I want. And so now I have an MLeader that's pointing to 2 of my stripes. And so that's a little bit about MLeaders and MLeader styles.